How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys Fan. Born to battle. Stop just means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the sun shines bright, that's where we win. Angry Cowboys Fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And now that the 2026 NFL Draft is in the books, each NFL team and their fan base can now start theorizing on how each player that was selected can impact their team. In the case of the Dallas Cowboys, Cowboys Nation can start contemplating the type of culture and identity that the Dallas Cowboys will have by the acquisitions that were made during free agency, as well as the players that were drafted in this past draft. So allow me to give you my perspective on what the identity will be for our Dallas Cowboys moving forward during this Raw and Uncut. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
Keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation. It's no secret that the Dallas Cowboys have struggled with their culture and with their identity for quite some time now. During the Mike McCarthy era, the Dallas Cowboys were known as front runners as well as a finesse team. They had to get on the scoreboard quickly to allow their pass rush just to pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. This worked against teams that were inferior to the Dallas Cowboys, but it fell flat against playoff caliber teams. This is why you saw us fall flat to teams like the Buffalo Bills and the Green Bay Packers during Super Wildcard Weekend in 2023. Fast forward to the 2025 season, where Brian Schottenheimer was not only the head coach, but also the play caller. You saw the Dallas Cowboys offense exhibit aggression through their rushing attack as well as passing down the field. Unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys defense did not have that same type of aggression due to who was calling the defensive plays. This is why they took their time in choosing the successor to Matt Eberflus. Brian Schottenheimer, as well as Jerry and Stephen Jones, had a specific type of defensive coordinator in mind to be able to have the defensive side of the ball match the offense's intensity. In come Christian Parker, a disciple of Vic Fangio, another defensive coordinator who was a part of a defense that played with aggression throughout the years. It was safe to say that Jerry, Steven, and Brian Schottenheimer wanted to establish a culture built around aggression. During the 2026 NFL Draft, not only did the Dallas Cowboys select players that could fit the culture that they're trying to implement, but they also exhibited the same type of aggression by moving up to select the best defensive player in the draft, as well as moving back to get higher draft compensation in the 4th round. For the first time in a long time, the Dallas Cowboys front office led by example and by the culture that they want to employ. With the first 3 selections in the draft, they drafted players that were fast. They drafted players that are physical. They drafted players that fit that aggressiveness they displayed even before the offseason began. Caleb Downs, Malachi Lawrence, and Jashawn Barham continuously showed the nation that they fit the mold through their play in college. I'm only listing those 3 individuals because the first 3 rounds are typically the rounds that you can find day 1 starters and players that could have an impact on the team positively. Sure, you can find those needles in the haystacks in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th rounds, but it's the early rounds that are the typical rounds that help a team succeed early. But the Dallas Cowboys scouting department, their front office, as well as their coaching staff not only found aggression in the draft, but they also found aggression in free agency before the draft as well as during the draft. Players like P.J. Locke, Jalen Thompson, Darian Kendrick, Kobe Durant, Rashawn Gary, and D. Winters during the draft. I've watched the film on each one of these players, and you can see the aggression and the physicality that they display on the field. Some of the defensive backs may have bricks for hands, but they put themselves in positions to either deflect the ball or get interceptions on the ball. When you couple these players with the rookies that we brought in during the draft, I can see such a dominant style that the Dallas Cowboys are putting together, a style that was projected by the front office and Brian Schottenheimer in finding their defensive coordinator in the offseason. But one thing that I said in a previous video is that the culture is established by the ownership of the team. The identity comes from the coaching staff as well as the players on the field. The coaching staff can coach up these players to be physical, but it's up to the players to bring that physicality to the field and implement it. The way these players look in their individual films, there's going to be no problem in bringing said physicality to the Dallas Cowboys field. But watching film on these defensive linemen like Otis Owabonia, Rashad Gary, Malachi Lawrence, and Jashawn Barham, I believe that they're going to fit well with the established veterans on the line like Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams to be able to have a constant pressure throughout the rotation, allowing players to stay fresh throughout the game. And with each one of these defensive players' films, you can see how they shed blocks, you can see their gap integrity, how they flow east to west, and how they find themselves in the backfield of opposing offenses more often than not. Some people complain about players like Malachi Lawrence and his lack of sacks in college, but when you can stuff a running back and get tackles for losses that result in the loss of 5 yards, there's no difference between getting that or getting a sack. And not only the defensive line, but the linebackers are starting to come together as well, Cowboys Nation. There have been Cowboys fans that poo-pooed on the addition of D. Winters, saying that he's just a depth piece, all because the Dallas Cowboys didn't get the linebacker that they wanted. Well, if he's a depth piece, Cowboys Nation, then I'm excited about the rotation that we have at that position this year. He embodies what Christian Parker's looking for in his defense. He can play the Sam, the Will, as well as the Mike in case someone has to miss time in the lineup. He also embodies what it takes to be multiple within that position group. Frankly, Cowboys Nation, he looks to be much better than the Jack Sanborns and the Kenneth Murray Jr.'s of the world. And I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade at those players. But when you get a second, go ahead and look at their film. Go ahead and look at the highlights of these players on the defense. Go check out the breakdowns from some of your favorite Cowboys content creators, and you will see the blatant physicality that each one of these defensive additions possess. Don't take Joe Blow's word for it on X. See it for yourself. See it with your own 2 eyes, and you'll see what I'm talking about, Cowboys Nation. You'll get excited because they're developing something that this team hasn't had in a long time, and that's a bona fide culture. And frankly, this is what the Dallas Cowboys need because that physicality can travel, Cowboys Nation. It can go on the road. It can play in grass or on turf. It can translate through the elements in places like Buffalo or New Jersey or Philadelphia. The NFL seems to be turning into that fast and flashy league. It's starting to become all about the one-play bombs down the field or the 65-yard runs for a touchdown. When you have a team built for aggression and physicality, it eliminates all the flashiness and it forces teams to have to play that gritty type of backyard football, truly making it all about the trenches because, like I've said in previous videos, the battle is won in the trenches. But I can't wait until training camp and the joint practices that the Dallas Cowboys have because we'll get to see what the defense is in action. We'll get to see a fraction of what Christian Parker plans on bringing to that side of the football. You're going to see players flying to the football. You're going to see linebackers flying from hook to flat with ease, sticking their run fits, sticking their gap assignments, unlike players playing under Matt Eberflus. We'll get to see how the play of the defensive front will help the play of the defensive backs, generating pressure and generating turnovers, being one sound unit instead of 11 individuals out on the field. But I'll keep it a buck with you, Cowboys Nation. After the draft, I got extremely excited about our team. I ain't gonna front. I know that Cowboys fans are out there telling fans not to drink the Kool-Aid, but I'm not gonna be that guy, Cowboys Nation. If you want to drink the Kool-Aid, then by all means, drink the Kool-Aid. Believe in your team, damn it. Don't let someone like a Philadelphia Eagles fan or even a Dallas Cowboys fan try to steal your enthusiasm about your team. Be happy that we picked up a number of players that embody Christian Parker's vision. Be happy with the fact that your front office was selectively aggressive in their acquisitions and they didn't just blow all their cap dollars on a couple of great players. Be happy that we have someone other than Matt Eberflus calling the plays on the defensive side of the ball. You only live once, Cowboys Nation, and I'll be damned if I'm going to spend it pissed off every time the Dallas Cowboys don't do something that I want them to do. At the end of the day, it's about the success of the team. It's not about if my takes are right or not. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, what do you feel about what I've been saying in this video? Do you agree or do you disagree about my takes on physicality and aggression within this Dallas Cowboys organization? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comments section. If you're digging this content and you want to help the channel reach its current goal of 20,000 subscribers, drop a like on this video, share with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device and you haven't used them up yet, make sure you hype this video. Doing so will help push the content to even more Dallas Cowboys fans. And if you are DC for life and you believe that the Dallas Cowboys will be more successful this year than they were last year, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release another video, podcast episode, or film breakdowns. You can catch the Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay on my other channel, the Angry Cowboys Fan Gaming Channel, the ACF Gaming Channel. I'll make sure I put the link to that as well as the gamer tag in the description. I just released a video where I'm playing with the 2026 rookie class. Go ahead, go over there and check it out. While a lot of fans are just stuck on this whole George Pickens contract debacle, I want to help focus your attention on the positives that we currently have on the Dallas Cowboys. Don't allow the talking heads and some Cowboys fans to steer you into depression when we have a lot to be happy for. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys Fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.